This is Shockwave News Live. You can find me online at shockwavenews.com and also Spreaker.com/Shockwave News, and on Anchor, that's Anchor.fm/Shockwave News. And of course, I'm on YouTube, have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shockwave News Live. And let's get right into the news. There's something very disturbing I want to talk to you about. Like, share, subscribe if you like this podcast. Okay. This article is on the headlines of naturalnews.com. That's naturalnews.com. This headline reads, Black militants are now anti-white, anti-Jew, anti-Israel, armed black extremists vow to take Texas as BLM protesters declare death to Israel and death to America. Very interesting article. The article starts off, and let me just read it, and then we'll talk about it and analyze it here in just a second. Let me go through here. I've read the article once, but I'll go through and I'll kind of read it real quick here. The article starts out, the militant extremist Black Lives Matter movement is not only being directed and funded by hundreds of U.S. corporations who are overtly attempting to overthrow America. Now, BLM has spawned the rise of even more extreme militant groups that are pledging to use force to overthrow states like Texas. Hundreds of members of the NFAC, Not Fucking Around Coalition, marched near Atlanta over the weekend dressed in all-black uniforms carrying AR-15s and other similar weapons as they sounded their demands for defeating Texas and launching a new black ethno-state inside of the USA. Oh, that's going to be real interesting. Described by one of the members as the backbone for the military of a new black nation, NAFC has adopted an aggressive confrontational tone that implies kinetic conflict between whites and U.S. government, and why not? Since black lives have now been given the ultimate privilege, black supremacy across America. It seems that there's no demand that's a bridge too far for them. Their plans include filing a Declaration of Liberation in which they claim that they will declare every black person in America to be a political prisoner while demanding the U.S. government hand over territory that the NFAC will take over for their own black ethno-state. They want another Chaz, in other words, but on a larger scale. And I don't know if you folks remember, Chaz was the little downtown area of Seattle, Washington, up in Washington State, that they took over like 6 or 8 blocks. I think it was 8 blocks of downtown Seattle, Washington, and they called it Chaz. That was supposed to have been an autonomous zone. There was rape there. I even think there was a couple murders. The police could not get through because they don't want anything to do with the police, law enforcement, emergency services, on and on and on. So they finally went storming in there here last week and then took Chaz back over. The governor and mayor finally had some balls and they just took it over and they said enough of the nonsense. So now these people here are claiming, the NFAC group is claiming they want another Chaz, but on a larger scale. The black-on-black shootings would no doubt start immediately, and the black ethno-state would quickly collapse, a Haiti-style shithole that already is obvious to everyone. No one on earth has armed, angry black mom has ever created a peaceful, fair, and just society. You know, and that's very true. They've also issued a direct challenge to white militias and seem to be itching for confrontation. Someone should probably tell them at some point what white militias don't stand around on the road like idiots waiting to be shot, and then they hit you with the element of surprise and defeat before you even know what the hell happened. So this is very true. Anybody that knows anything about militias could tell you the same thing. A lot of people in the militia, not everyone, but a lot of people in the militia's highly organized. At least some of them that I knew about in a couple different states, one being Michigan, well organized. A lot of them are veterans, ex-military, ex-veterans, very competent, very capable of handling a firearm, know what to do in combat, have lots and lots and lots of years of experience. So for somebody like that or a group like that that knows what the hell they're doing, this NFAC group would not stand a chance. The Not Fucking Around Coalition would not stand a chance against any of the militias here in the United States. They would just obliterate them, basically. Then the article goes on as I wrap it up. Black Lives protesters call for death to Israel, death to the United States. Meanwhile, the Black Lives organization has veered strongly anti-Israel, anti-Jew, anti-Semitic in the last week or so. Black Lives, BLM, Black Lives Matter protesters are now chanting death to Israel and the United States. This is what they do. This is all that they do. Their ultimate goal is to overthrow the government, get Trump out of office, overthrow the government. They want complete, utter chaos and anarchy. If you think by giving into these lunatics and these people when they're causing violence and tearing down things is the way to go, you're out of your fucking mind. These people don't care about you. They have it's so retarded. You have white people, because they feel guilty and they feel shame, going out and arguing for Black Lives Matter, and the blacks will let them do that. They think that they're slaves or something, so that's why they let whites participate. But in essence and reality, they'll turn right around, put a gun to their head when the time they get sick of them, and they'll get rid of them too. So it doesn't matter, especially if you're white, if you're going to go out and chant Black Lives Matter. How insane is this? You're not black chanting Black Lives Matter. Don't you have any common sense that since you're not black, you're on the chopping block too? Hello, they don't give a rat's ass. They don't give a fuck if you're whatever color you are, as long as if you're not black, they don't want you back. That's just the same thing. And they don't have your back. They'll stab you in the back. That I made a little rhyme there, but that's the truth. The BLM and Antifa groups are extremely dangerous. I would just ask everybody out there listening to this podcast, definitely stock up on supplies. We don't know how the rest of the year is going to go. This seems like right now it's already started off the middle of the year chaotic. We're already in July, July 6th, 2020. Stock up on food. Stock up on food and water. Extra things that you'll need, first aid, supplies. And also stock up and go get a firearm to protect yourself and your family. If you have a family, if not, then just go get a firearm to protect yourself. At least protect yourself wherever you're living, because these groups are out of their friggin' mind. All they do is seek to destroy. That's the game plan. That's the agenda. They want to turn the United States upside down and completely destroy everything in the United States. And these companies, being that they're foreign companies, they do business in America, but some of them aren't even based here in the United States. And they're jumping up and down saying, yay, destroy America, destroy America. These anti-capitalist companies don't realize if you destroy America, there goes your money. That's all you seem to care about is money. There goes your money. So they didn't really think that one out. So as they and their professional looters, Antifa and BLM, destroy everything here in America, or try to anyway, and defund the police and everything else, They didn't think that through very carefully. Because when you destroy America and you destroy the American economy, we're the world's greatest economy, then everything else takes a back seat. Everything else suffers. All I do is hear crickets. Of course, you're going to hear crickets because they didn't think, again, they put the cart before the horse. They didn't think about that very well. There's no substitute for critical thinking, which most of these companies, these big, huge companies that are donating to BLM and Antifa, they don't think about anything that they're doing. All they do is just think about the horse, the cart and the horse, and again, they screwed up and effed up the situation where it's the cart before the horse. You destroy us, there's nothing left of your company. Nobody's going to buy from you. You don't have any money. The money's over here in the United States. Then that brings us to BLM, and that brings us to Antifa. They think that they will destroy America. All I can say is, I've got another thing coming for you. And on that note, out of about 331 million people in the United States, a population, and that's a rough guess. I might be off by 1 million or 2 million, but this is pretty damn close. Last I checked, 331 million people in the whole entire United States. Almost half, or a little over half, that's about a little over 160 million or 65 million people in the United States have guns. If you come doing your nonsense and your bullshit, you're doing terrorizing people, destruction, arson, rape, murder, killing, and thieves, you're going to pay the price, and you're going to be dead. This is Shockwave News reporting live. Find me online at shockwavenews.com. I'm out of here. Be safe.